Hello and welcome to Balanced Existence. Today I'm going to do a twin flame collective energy update and tarot reading. And as I've said in my previous videos, the purpose of these readings is not to talk about or predict outcomes as they relate to the twin flame themselves. It is about you. So these readings are meant to guide you towards your union with self as part of your twin flame journey. Because if you are on the twin flame journey, then the purpose of that journey is to reach union with self. It is not about reaching union with the person. They really are just a tool to guide you on your journey. And I know that might seem controversial or counterintuitive because you feel like the ultimate success or the ultimate perfect outcome is to end up with the twin flame, but that is why we spend so many years suffering on the twin flame journey, because we think just that. And it is that mindset that causes us to lose our connection with ourself. So with that being said, I am so happy you found this video. I'm sure it found you for a reason, so let's dive right into this. So we're starting off with the Hermit, the Magician, and the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like we get so many major arcana in these readings because there are just such powerful messages that need to come through. So thank you for being here and thank you for being a part of this co-creation. So with the Hermit, I'm getting that you are, of course, on a spiritual journey, but you may be deeper in your spirituality than you ever have been. Like you may be uncovering new depths about yourself and about your spirituality, and doing that through this isolated hermit phase. And you may have realized that a lot of the aspects of your external surroundings, be it the media you consume or the people you're around, just do not align in the way that they once did. So I'm picking up on this sense of how much your seclusion and your solitude has aligned you back with your soul's essence. And I say aligned you back because I'm also picking up on the wisdom of your inner child. And you may be getting flashbacks or familiar feelings as you did during positive memories of your childhood, as you find yourself in these moments of calmness and stillness and inner peace. It's like you find yourself transported back to your highest childhood timeline, if you will. And so this is an absolutely beautiful journey that you've been on. And the Magician is here because a huge part of this journey is alchemy and manifestation and the transformations that you seek. And you are quite committed to achieving these goals and taking whatever action you need, connecting with the resources you need, practicing the skills that you need. You are committed to tapping into your potential to the fullest extent possible and really stepping into an empowered and integrated embodiment of what it is to be on your highest timeline and fully aligned with your soul's essence. So again, such a beautiful journey you're on, and your angels and spirit guides want you to remember and recognize this, because sometimes when you're deep in it, it's hard to see the bigger picture, but the Hermit and the Magician together is really just such a beautiful and empowering and inspiring transformation. So you should really be proud of yourself for how far you have come. And so with the Wheel of Fortune here, I'm getting this sense of kind of the ups and downs of the spiritual journey. And the message that's coming to me here, this is a bit of a specific thread, so of course take it as it resonates. But I'm getting that you may be feeling this sense of feeling behind at times, as if there's always some new topic that you need to learn about, and your ego will kind of turn it into this feeling of not being wise enough or being behind schedule. And you may be interested in a wide variety of esoteric principles. And so you're kind of feeling like maybe there's a bunch of topics that you've been meaning to look into, but you just feel so busy. And Spirit is wanting to remind you that this journey is infinite. And if you feel like you have to catch up on things, the reminder is that your ego is setting almost made up deadlines or timelines for you. But the truth is, you are meant to be expanding continuously until the day you die. This is what your soul came here to do. This is what brings your soul joy. So there really is no sense of timelines or shame about the speed at which you are learning or the timing of your journey itself. This is your soul's journey. You are aligned with your soul's highest timeline, and you are meant to be continuously growing and transforming. You're not going to get to the top of the mountain and then just be done. You're going to always have a new summit to climb. And so, yeah, I'm just picking up on feeling like I haven't been journaling enough, or I have to catch up on my journaling, or, oh, I should have known that if I had learned about that topic sooner, then I would have handled that conflict or challenge better. Again, just this feeling of being unprepared or being behind, or, feeling like you're not as wise as you should be. And again, your ego is just trying to come in and assign these timelines so it can feel this sense of control. Because our ego does this so it can narrate and set the stage and dictate how things are. But we don't want our ego controlling that. We really want to be surrendered and heart-led through this journey. Because what happens when the ego takes control and identifies as somebody who's behind, or somebody who's not good enough, or somebody who's not wise enough, it causes us to miss out on the topics that are actually coming to us in real time, because it puts us in a box and closes us off to what's happening right in front of our eyes. It closes us off to the present moment. So again, Spirit wants you to know that, this is your soul's journey. It is sacred. It is filled with light. It is taking place in this energy of abundance and fulfillment. And so there is no place for your ego to come in and make you feel like you have to constantly catch up on things, or that you're behind schedule or anything like that. You may be feeling like every time you integrate one lesson, a new lesson arrives, to a point where it feels like a source of anxiety, or it makes you feel like you're not good enough or wise enough. But truly, like I mentioned, this is the purpose of spiritual growth and transformation, is you're going to master one lesson and then a new lesson will come in. In fact, there's a saying where you're going to learn the same lesson, or you're going to be challenged with the same thing until you learn the lesson. So if you're constantly feeling you're being challenged by a new lesson, then it really just means that you're accomplishing all of those lessons. You're defeating the level and you're moving on to the next level. So it really is not, being faced with challenges is not a measure of your success or wisdom on this journey. It's a measure of you being prepared to receive that challenge or receive that lesson. So whenever you are faced with a lesson, as difficult as it can be in the moment, Spirit wants you to remember that it is a blessing, it is a gift, right? Every trigger is a gift, because it is an opportunity for us to dive deeper into ourselves. It is an opportunity for us to know ourselves better, and it is an opportunity for us to grow and learn and transform. And so if you're constantly feeling like you're being faced with challenges, it's because Spirit knows that you're ready to receive, process, heal, and learn and grow from them. So it's not that you're being blindsided when a new lesson or challenge comes in. If you're feeling like, I just processed and reflected on the last thing and now I'm being challenged in a new way. This is the beauty of this journey, and it is meant to be processed in the present moment, right? Each present moment that comes, the present moment is a portal to your highest timeline, right? When you are faced with challenges, conflicts, triggers, the now moment is your portal to the healing that quantum leaps you to your highest timeline. So when you see it that way, you really do see it as a gift and a beautiful opportunity, not something that you have to struggle with, right? And we've talked about perspective in previous readings as well, and the sense of how are you perceiving life, because you are going to manifest abundance into your 3D reality, into your future, if you are able to see the present moment as well as your past through the lens of abundance as well. But if you're seeing the present moment and even your past through a lens of struggle and difficulty and, seeing the challenges, conflicts, triggers as a burden or as a curse, right? When really they are a blessing, then that's going to really block you from tapping into that abundance that we are seeking. So again, the purpose of this journey is all in the present moment. You're not expected to anticipate the lessons before they come. You're meant to process them in real time. And you're never going to get to a point where there's nothing left to learn. And that's the beauty of the ongoing infinite expansion of the spiritual journey. So whether you feel like you're at the top of the wheel of fortune or the bottom, whether you feel like you're caught up and ahead of things, or whether you feel like you're behind, just remember that these are just egoic narrations that are not your true identity. You are evolving regardless. So remember, as you tap into this hermit archetype, where you are undergoing this deep introspection and reflection, and you truly are a scholar of your spiritual journey, remember that you are constantly flowing in real time between the past and between what is arriving, but it is that present moment where there is that beautiful and graceful flow. That's where the integrating really happens. That's where the healing and the transformation is happening. So you really don't need to be wrapped up in the timing and these egoic principles. You really just need to be present in the real-time lessons and practice the skill of controlling your perspective. That's that empowerment that's going to allow you to tap into that abundance that you need. And that is the purpose of this spiritual journey. And there really is a natural flow and rhythm to it. With the hermit being the scholar of our journey, it can feel like school, like the pressure of understanding and really capturing every insight, the pressure to perform well, the pressure to get a good grade. But that's not what this journey is about. True integration happens in real time, in real experience, and it's not a matter of performing well or not performing well. There's so much more grace and gentleness and compassion. Again, your soul's journey is filled with light. There's no judgment, there's no shame, there's no you performed well or you didn't perform well, or you're behind schedule or you're ahead of schedule, right? Like, exactly where you are is exactly you doing the best you can do, which is enough, and you are doing a great job, and you should be proud of your progress. And so another topic I'm picking up on as we discuss ego, and I've mentioned ego death as a part of union with the self. The message is that you are being guided to shift your identity, but this can happen in a gentle way. It doesn't always have to be in this harsh collapse like the tower moment we've talked about. There is also significant and deep transformation in the subtle day-to-day practices, like our breath and our intentions we set. And this can be as something as simple as tuning into your breath or setting an intention when you wake up or before you partake in a task. It's those little moments that when we can step into the power that we have, because we do always have the power of intention. We always have the power of breath and connection to our body. And that's where somatic integration comes in, where you're able to feel a particular emotion in your body. And, there's a book about how it only takes you 90 seconds to feel and release an emotion. And so it's your mind. We've talked about this in previous readings, that when your mind keeps narrating the story, when your ego keeps telling the story of the emotion you feel, it's like watering a weed, and it continues to grow and propagate that emotion. So for example, if you're feeling fear, if you feel it in your body only, then you can allow it to release and basically exhaust itself in 90 seconds. But if you're thinking in your mind and allowing your ego to continue to tell the story of, this is why I feel fear, and this is the whole story around my fear, you're just going to continue to water that weed. So the point is to not feel the trigger. The point is to feel it in the body, allow it to release itself, because it will naturally release, instead of allowing our ego to cause it to grow and make itself part of our identity. So somatic integration is huge because it really connects to your body as the source, instead of allowing your mind and ego to take control. And so when we're witnessing our thoughts and our triggers, that somatic integration is crucial. That's what allows us to bring it to our body so that our mind doesn't identify with those thoughts and emotions that we feel. And that's what brings us to this concept of, being the witness of your life, observing from that outside view and not from the mind in a way that's going to tell the story, but in a way that's going to simply observe in an accepting way and allow whatever you're feeling to exist and release in your body. So these are subtle but crucial ways that throughout the day we can practically apply these techniques so that we can really achieve that taming of the ego. So that is the thread that was coming through so strongly. I know I only pulled a few cards, so let's see if I can pull anything else. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun. Wow, that's beautiful energy. And the World. Okay, all three of these cards, the Nine of Pentacles, the Sun, and the World, have come up in previous readings. I promise I shuffle, but I also do find that when I do readings in a particular range of time, I will get repeated cards coming out, and I really feel like Spirit is kind of conveying the messages over again. And so in the context of today's reading, I'm really picking up that the Nine of Pentacles and the Sun are such, like, this is exactly what we're speaking on. It's you on your highest timeline with that abundance mindset. The Sun is such optimism and hope for the future, and the Nine of Pentacles is such a successful and self-sufficient and independent divine feminine. And with the World coming out, I mean, you really are transforming and transitioning from, an old timeline to a new timeline. I mean, you are in the middle of a pivotal transformation. I've been saying this in my readings for the last few months, that you are in such a pivotal transformation right now. And Spirit wants you to remember to love that about where you are. Love all parts of it. And take that step back. Take that zoomed out perspective to allow you to see how beautiful this journey is that you are on. We're also getting the Empress, the Ten of Cups, and the Emperor. This is just such beautiful, blessed cards that are coming through. The Empress and the Emperor, I don't think I've ever pulled both of those cards in the same reading. Wow, this is so powerful. I'm getting chills. I mean, this truly is the union of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. You know, the Empress is our divine feminine. She's nurturing. She's the power of creation. She's sensual. She's the material comfort we seek, the pleasures of life and nature, and just that full feeling of abundance. Oh, it's so beautiful. And then with the Emperor, you know, we have that structure, we have that order, that authority. Like, you're really taking leadership of your journey. Your inner divine masculine is protecting your inner divine feminine. And the Emperor is your inner divine masculine that's providing you that discipline, that ability to take action on your goals, that, you know, the structure that you need, the stability that you need. And just this beautiful balance between them is just so amazing. And then, of course, with the Ten of Cups here, I mean, this is just ultimate happy love and family. Spirit is saying, don't forget that this Ten of Cups future that you want is very much going to happen for you. You know, they say, like, if you can dream of something, if you desire something from your heart, then it means it's already coming for you. Because if you can feel it, then it is for you. It's just a matter of the divine timing of when it's going to manifest in your 3D reality. So Spirit wants to remind you that this is coming for you. And don't forget that you are deserving and that you will receive this. Are you open to receiving? Are you closing the door on things because your ego or mindset takes control at times? Or are you having an open door, an open heart to the beautiful future that you seek? So let's see if there's anything else I can channel here. Yeah, just there's happiness, there's emotional fulfillment, there's harmony in your love life and your home. Just full security and abundance. And, you know, we're not just saying that this is in your future, because this is a state of being, right? This is a state of being that you can tap into through your feelings in any given moment. And this is a state of mind that we want to be practicing in any and every moment that we can. As you navigate through life, are you wearing the glasses with your lens of abundance that we've talked about in previous readings? Are you identifying as the Ten of Cups with an open heart and full alignment with your soul's desires? And is your mind on board as well? Because any blockages in any of these areas will slow down its ability to manifest in the 3D. And so, you know, at the beginning we pulled the Magician. Like, this is a huge part of your journey, and you can really look back at your journey and see how far you've come, how you started from such a scarcity and lack mindset, and how far you've grown in your self-worth and your self-love. Like, the Ten of Cups was a distant dream for you at one point, and now it truly is an embodiment that you can carry with you in your heart, in your mind, in every moment of the day. You are there. You are capable of tapping into this. And Spirit is telling you, like, you are becoming, I'm hearing like a pro athlete. This is an interesting analogy, but like, in the past, maybe you just played this sport, metaphorically, as a hobby, and you didn't really know what you could do with it, or how far you could take it, or how aligned you were to it, or how good you were. But now you are at that pro level. This is such an interesting analogy, but the idea here is that, you know, a pro athlete doesn't have to question how to play the sport, like how to kick the ball, how to shoot the basket, whatever it may be. The pro athlete can do these things as second nature, and it is their identity. It is their purpose. It is their drive. Like, it literally is their career, right? And so similarly, this 10 of Cups and magician embodiment, like, this is you. You are like the top 1% of society, right? Like, being on this spiritual journey, you are a true pro. Like, this is a very sacred and meaningful and significant identity for you. So Spirit wants you to know that, yes, you are deserving of this. You are on that level. The biggest block now is just for you to continuously remember that. How many seconds of the day are you embodying this? It's getting more and more, and it's going to be close to all of them. You're on that path. So just remember going forward that, yes, you are the 10 of Cups. This isn't just some future, you know, maybe down the line. This is you now. Like, you are deserving of this. It is coming to you. It's like when you book a flight, you know the flight is coming. You know that, you know, obviously in the example of booking a flight, you actually literally know when it's happening because you booked it. But in this spiritual analogy, you know the flight is coming. You just don't know when, but you don't need to. You know that it's already been booked. You know that it's already been taken care of. You just have to go through your day, take the steps to get yourself where you need to get to, and the flight will happen, the journey will happen, you'll get to the destination. And then there will be more. There will be more to do from there. There will be more expansion from there. But it's already laid out right in front of you. You don't need proof of it. You just need genuine belief and faith. Just like a pro athlete knows and believes that they are the top 1% skilled of that sport. Like, you must just navigate through life knowing this about yourself. So I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope something resonated for you. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you want to hear more about in future readings, or if there's anything that resonated with you in this reading. I am just so happy that you are tuning in here today. Of course, like the video, subscribe if you want to join our beautiful community. I'm so excited to build this collective, and I'm just so grateful for you for being here and helping to co-create the messages and being a part of this collective. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.